Good day, ma'am. This is Maceda from B1A. For today's video, I'm going to share the 5 major concepts that I've learned from this subject and how could I be able to utilize these insights in my future work as a teacher. The first one is, although every individual is unique, diversity comes from the inclusion, acceptance, and accommodation of those who lie in the minority. The great majority of people can walk, but not everyone can walk. The great majority can read, but someone with severe dyslexia may never be able to read. The most important thing to remember when dealing with someone who can't do something you can is to remember that such a thing doesn't make them inferior, and neither does it make you superior. Diversity can be categorized into 2 dimensions: primary and secondary. Primary differences are generally core to an individual and can't be changed. Such things an individual is often born into, like their race, age, or sexual identity. Secondary differences are subject to change based on someone's experiences. These include religion, occupation, and education. The second one is, to be a great special needs teacher, one has to remember that PWD rights are human rights, including education. Therefore, every child's limitation should be accommodated, just like someone in a wheelchair should have access to a government building. A child with blindness should be granted vocal instruction and braille reading materials. Sometimes, a disabled person was normal, but suffered an emotional or physical trauma, injury, or sickness. They aren't any less human. It can seem wasteful for a build a ramp when nobody is in a wheelchair. But the truth of the matter is, whether it be from an age or event, we will all be disabled one day. The third one is, it should also be remembered that social pressures may be heavy upon a person with disability. One might tell a parent they were cursed for a sin, another might tell the same parent they were blessed by the Lord, and another might tell this parent that they were being tested. In effect, it isn't just the reality of someone's situation that influences PWDs. It is the human opinion or belief or social barriers that make life more difficult. The fourth one is, children in particular are excellent case of everything discussed before, because each child will develop and progress differently. These are several milestones that each child has to overcome and understand all the way into old age. But just because someone is a little behind the others doesn't mean them inferior. In contrast, just because someone is a little ahead of the curve doesn't make them superior as well. Similarly, one child might be a genius in mathematics, while another might be a genius in music, art, agriculture, or philosophy. And the last one is, although it is our parental instinct to nurture these talents, we shouldn't neglect to bring up the areas a child might struggle in as well. As we move around and diversity in our global culture, we should remember to understand those who are different from us, not ridicule. In the end, it is our responsibility as teachers to always remember, education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. That's all. Thank you.